In 2008, the country was really starting to head into recession. The smaller businesses often felt that their ideas just weren't worthy of support. And this situation was much worse in some of our deprived areas, like Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly. Many people were simply excluded from mainstream support.
I had quite a good job. To have that sort of crumble beneath you, it makes you feel like there's a lack of purpose in getting up each day.
I couldn't find gainful employment in Cornwall that allowed me to work around my disabilities.
It felt like I was just in a boat at sea on my own.
I needed pushing through some fear barriers that I had.
There was no start-up support that was specifically tailored to be really inclusive to everyone. And then Outset was born. Outset as in, we're with you from the very beginning of your journey.
Outset was set up to support underrepresented groups in enterprise to register self-employed or start a business. The programme offers an opportunity for individuals to explore their different business ideas and whether their skills and experience make them suitable to run their own business. Many of the clients, when they join the programme, think that their business idea is sort of a dream idea, but actually the advisors and that peer group that they build throughout the programme helps build their confidence and their knowledge. Those sessions actually help break down a lot of the self-perceived barriers that the clients have, a lot to do with whether they can do it or not.
I was totally at sea, and Outset gave me a way, a path, so that I could literally just march down that road to the place that I wanted to be.
Starting your own business can be really exciting, and it can be daunting too. And it can be particularly challenging if you're facing additional barriers.
I set up Stitch by Steve to deliver an embroidery service with a minimum order of 1. The Outset programme enabled me to do most things that I needed to do related to my business. I needed all of those business skills, and I think I've done nearly all of Outset's courses.
Outset's unique because it focuses on building the person as well as building the business idea. People suffering from different challenges often lack self-confidence, self-esteem and resilience. So it's really important that through the Outset service, we foster that confidence and motivation to start their own business.
In a nutshell, Pause for Cake creates handmade, quality dog biscuits. The Outset programmes were broken down into small chunks, and they could be things as basic as time management, stress management, self-confidence, of which I didn't really have a lot of at the time. It was just a really nice sort of social occasion as well, so I learnt a lot. We sell in shops throughout Cornwall and all over the country, right up top of Scotland and as far as Massachusetts.
My company is called Sequoia. It's an HR consultancy. The smallest business that we have has only got 1 employee, and the biggest business that we have has got about an £800 million turnover. There are 6 of us, 3 lawyers, 2 support staff. We are growing all the time. I decided to approach Outset because I had all the legal knowledge, but I didn't necessarily have much of the technical knowledge of how to intricately run a business. And being able to just give Outset a very quick call and say, look, this is what I'm looking for, can someone help me? And have someone pop out to see me was absolutely invaluable.
There's now 17 of us full-time in the team, and that needs to grow as well. We're quite snowed under at the moment. The plan is to be able to take our service across the UK so that we can deliver solar PV and battery storage systems everywhere in Britain.
It was intended that we support 839 individuals, but in fact we actually helped more than 2,000 people explore whether starting a business or registering self-employed was right for them. So when you step back and think about the wider impacts these entrepreneurs have generated once you look at their supply chains, I think it's incredibly inspiring.
We're a wholesale bakery. We supply some of the nicest kitchens in Cornwall. Yeah, we send vans out all over the county first thing every morning after we've been up all night baking it fresh. I went to Outset and I did their intensive business startup program. They sort of convinced me that it would be a good idea to find a premises and get a little bit of kit and, you know, just take the risk. They showed us what helped you to do what you were good at and what was a good idea to hand over to other people. We're up to 18 staff now and bursting out the seams of our second premises. I'm incredibly proud. It's a beautiful thing. We've grown and, you know, the team's grown with us and they're all good guys, you know, it's a lovely feeling. We're very lucky.
Well, my husband became an artist in St. Ives in 1967-68, so I have this huge compilation of work. He was very prolific. The idea was to print his work and exhibit the original work. I was on my own for the first time, and all of the responsibility was down to me to make this work. And I think without Outset, I wouldn't have been able to move forward, to get the skill sets that I need, but in a way that I could understand them. I don't think I could have done that without the support that I had from the Outset crew.
I became a vegan, but I really missed ice cream, so I started making ice cream for myself. And then there was just this underlying factor of I really wanted to start my own business. And I said, right, if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it, so let's just go for it. Anyone wanting to start their own business needs to have the motivation and desire and belief in their idea, but to have a resource like Outset then available to you to offer you guidance and offer you support and ask the questions that, say, you don't know you need to ask, or help you look at things differently, it makes such a difference, unquantifiable really.
I'm immensely proud of our Outset team.
It's a great team. Always there, always on the end of the phone, always available, always supportive and willing and enthusiastic and ready to answer the phone, take any questions. They were brilliant. They seemed to be set up for what I needed.
There are so many things to be proud of when it comes to talking about Outset. The programme's been recognised both nationally and in Europe, a fact that all those involved can understandably feel a great sense of achievement for.
The team at Outset were the absolute strength. That kind of support is something that I never imagined that anybody could give.
You felt supported by both the Outset staff and the other people on the courses, so it was really quite critical really in the early stages of a business.
Our current contract is due to end at the end of November 2018. There was quite an extensive commissioning process. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to secure that 3-year full Cornwall-wide contract. Unfortunately, the national agenda is looking at putting the limited resources that are now available at the end of this funding programme towards supporting growth businesses rather than those at the end of the market that we've been supporting over the last decade. Outset's leaving behind a really strong legacy. Even once the programme finishes, individuals within Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly who are wanting to explore starting a business will still be able to access the Outset online platform.
This combines all the knowledge, the skills, resources, videos, quizzes, experts and mentors. It's really easy for new entrepreneurs of the future to learn how to start a business, and it's a great legacy for the Outset programme. Along Outset's own journey, we also set up Outset Finance to help new entrepreneurs receive the startup funding they need to sustain and grow their business. So far, Outset Finance has secured over £15 million to help new entrepreneurs succeed in their business ventures.
Outset Cornwall has offered nearly 10 years of unique startup support.
A social, financial and economic return of over 27 million for the Cornish economy.
Over 1,000 jobs created.
That's around 50% higher than our original target.
More than 2,000 people helped to explore self-employment.
That's an incredible 150% increase on our original target.
I know that I am one of many, many businesses that really wouldn't have the shape that we have today if it wasn't for them, and it will be a major loss to not have Outset around for the next generation of entrepreneurs.
And I really hope that somebody gives them funding again and it hopefully would start up again, or something very, very similar, because it's very badly needed, especially here in Cornwall.
Outset has got a special place in my heart. So much of the advice made a critical difference to our success, and I know dozens and dozens of other businesses that have really benefited from it.
We need that team who can start off other people. The chain reaction from your work must radiate so far out into the greater community. And to think that that support isn't available, it's going to hold people back, isn't it?
With Outset in the equation, the tide rose for everybody.
It gives a great sense of purpose to those of us that work in the team to know that the programme has been such a significant catalyst to have such fundamental positive change in the lives of so many different individuals.
We've seen some amazing examples of how people have overcome adversity and the power of the human spirit. And I really wish all of our clients the very best for the future.
I started up the #ThankYouOutset campaign. All the businesses that Outset have helped support, if on social media each time they hit a milestone in their business, they could put #ThankYouOutset. It's just a nice lasting memory of what Outset has done for so many businesses. #ThankYouOutset.
#ThankYouOutset.
Thank you, Outset.
Thank you, Outset.
Thank you, Outset.
#ThankYouOutset.
Thank you, Outset.
Thank you, Outset.
Thank you, Outset.
Thank you, Outset.
Thank you, Outset!